Have you ever felt that the very people who were supposed to protect and nurture you, your own family, have instead been the source of your deepest pain? What if the relationships we once believed were built on love and care are, in reality, environments of manipulation, emotional abuse, and neglect? This is a difficult truth many of us face, especially when dealing with toxic family dynamics, particularly with narcissistic parents or guardians. But in the midst of this adversity, we are presented with a powerful opportunity, the chance to break free, to rise above, and to rewrite the narrative of our lives. In today's video, we'll dive deep into why distancing ourselves from toxic family members is not just necessary, but spiritually transformative. We'll explore the profound impact of generational curses, the strength of self-reliance, and how introspection can help us reclaim our true identity. Most importantly, we'll reveal how you, the chosen ones, those who feel divinely called, can lead the way in breaking these destructive cycles, creating a new legacy of empowerment for yourself and future generations. So, if you're ready to embark on this transformative journey, stay with us until the end. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Inner Mystics so you never miss out on new content that will help guide you along your spiritual path. Family is often considered the cornerstone of our development, shaping who we are from a young age. However, not all familial relationships are healthy or nurturing. For some, the very people meant to offer love and guidance become sources of deep emotional wounds. Generational curses, patterns of dysfunction, pain, and trauma, passed from one generation to the next, can become ingrained in family dynamics. The Bible alludes to this concept in Exodus 34, 6-7, where God declares that the sins of the parents can be passed down to their children, affecting multiple generations. Though the term generational curse may seem mystical or archaic, in modern terms, it can be understood as deeply ingrained psychological and emotional patterns, negative behaviors, traumas, and beliefs that are handed down from one generation to the next. For those raised in environments plagued by addiction, abuse, neglect, or narcissism, these patterns can manifest in various ways, often continuing to affect the next generation unless consciously confronted and broken. For the chosen ones, those of us who feel an internal calling to rise above, this realization often comes with immense responsibility. We understand that we are not just breaking free for ourselves, but also for those who came before us and for the generations that will follow. This burden is heavy, but it is also a path toward liberation. To break free from these generational chains requires both immense inner strength and spiritual alignment. Living under the influence of a narcissistic parent or family member introduces unique challenges. Narcissists, by definition, lack empathy and possess an inflated sense of self-importance. In a family setting, this can manifest as emotional manipulation, gaslighting, and an overwhelming need for control. Children of narcissistic parents often grow up feeling inadequate, unseen, and invalidated. Narcissistic parents may use their children as extensions of themselves, expecting them to fulfill roles that cater to their ego, rather than allowing the child to develop into their own unique individual. These dynamics are toxic, but they are also insidious, as they often go unrecognized for many years. Narcissistic parents have a way of gaslighting their children, making them doubt their own perceptions of reality. Common phrases such as, "You're overreacting," or "That never happened," are used to dismiss and invalidate the child's feelings. As a result, many children of narcissists grow up questioning their own worth, their experiences, and their emotional responses. Breaking free from this dynamic is a daunting task, as it requires not only physical distance but also emotional and psychological healing. For many, the first step toward healing is recognizing the patterns of narcissistic abuse and understanding that they are not responsible for the behavior of their parents. Narcissists thrive on control, and by stepping out of the cycle, refusing to engage, refusing to be manipulated, chosen ones can begin to reclaim their power. Denial is a powerful force in toxic family systems. It is common for family members, especially in narcissistic or abusive environments, to sweep issues under the rug. Phrases like, "We don't talk about that," or "That's just how they are used to justify harmful behavior. This collective denial creates an environment where the truth is suppressed, and those who speak out are often ostracized or dismissed as troublemakers. For the chosen ones, breaking free from this cycle of denial is crucial. It requires courage to confront the uncomfortable truths about family dynamics and to resist the pressure to conform to the family's narrative. However, it is through this confrontation that true healing begins. Acknowledging the pain and trauma inflicted by toxic family members is the first step toward releasing its hold over one's life. It is only by facing the truth that we can begin to rewrite our story. The chosen ones are not just ordinary individuals navigating life's hardships. They are individuals with a heightened sense of awareness and a deep connection to their spiritual path. This connection empowers them to see beyond the surface of their experiences and to understand the deeper spiritual significance of their struggles. As God's chosen ones, they are called to break free from the patterns of dysfunction that have been passed down through their family lines. This is not just a personal mission, but a spiritual one. Breaking generational curses is no easy task, but it is one that the chosen ones are uniquely equipped for. Through meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices, they can tap into higher wisdom and divine guidance. This allows them to see the broader perspective of their struggles, recognizing that the pain they have endured is not in vain, but is part of a larger plan for their growth and spiritual evolution. The journey of the chosen ones is marked by a deep commitment to healing and transformation. This requires a willingness to face the darkness within, to confront not only the toxic behaviors of others, but also the wounds and fears that have taken root within their own souls. Yet, it is through this process of inner work that they are able to break free from the chains that have bound them and to step into their true power. In the midst of life's chaos and complexities, there exists a sanctuary that transcends the material world, a refuge not bound by time or space, but one that lies within the depths of our own souls. This profound idea, once articulated by the great Stoic philosopher and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, still resonates across the centuries. Aurelius, known for his reflective wisdom, famously wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." His words serve as a gentle reminder that peace is not something we seek outside of ourselves, but rather something we cultivate from within. The journey inward is one of the most challenging yet rewarding paths we can take. It is a voyage of self-reflection, an opportunity to confront our fears, traumas, and the toxic influences that have shaped our existence. The noise of the outside world, its distractions, judgments, and societal pressures often drowns out the quiet voice within. But when we learn to silence that noise, we uncover a wellspring of wisdom, strength, and inner peace. For the chosen ones, the journey inward is a crucial part of the healing process. As Marcus Aurelius so wisely stated, true peace is found not in the external world, but within the depths of one's own soul. In the midst of the noise and chaos of toxic family dynamics, finding moments of solitude and self-reflection becomes essential. Solitude allows the chosen ones to disconnect from the external influences that seek to control and manipulate them. It is in these quiet moments that they can hear the voice of their own soul and the guidance of the divine. Through practices like meditation, journaling, and mindfulness, they can begin to cultivate a deeper awareness of their inner landscape. This awareness enables them to recognize the patterns of thought and behavior that have been shaped by their toxic family environment, and to consciously choose a new path. Self-reflection is not always an easy process, as it requires us to face the parts of ourselves that we may have hidden or denied. Yet for the chosen ones, this process is essential. It is through self-reflection that they are able to break free from the conditioning of their past and to step into their true identity. In doing so, they reclaim their power and begin to live in alignment with their highest self. One of the most difficult aspects of the chosen one's journey is the realization that separation from toxic family members may be necessary for their own growth and spiritual alignment. This separation is not about rejecting family members or harboring resentment, but rather about creating space for personal healing and empowerment. For many, this step is essential in breaking the cycle of generational curses. Family dynamics are deeply ingrained, and the decision to distance oneself from toxic relationships is often met with resistance from both the family and the individual. There may be feelings of guilt, fear, and loneliness that arise as a result of this separation. However, it is important for the chosen ones to understand that this step is not only necessary, but also a profound act of self-love and self-respect. As chosen ones, we are called to step into our power and to live in alignment with our divine purpose. This often requires leaving behind the people and situations that no longer serve our highest good. While this can be a painful process, it is also a liberating one. By creating space for ourselves, we allow for new opportunities, relationships, and experiences to enter our lives, ones that are aligned with our true path. The journey of the chosen ones is ultimately one of empowerment. Through the process of breaking free from toxic family dynamics, they reclaim their personal power and step into their true identity. This process is not about seeking revenge or proving oneself to others, but rather about healing the wounds of the past and creating a new future. Reclaiming personal power requires a deep commitment to self-care and self-respect. It involves setting boundaries with toxic family members, practicing emotional detachment, and focusing on one's own growth and healing. This can be a difficult process, as it often requires unlearning the patterns of codependency and self-sacrifice that have been ingrained over time. For many chosen ones, the practice of emotional detachment is essential in navigating relationships with narcissistic or toxic family members. This involves stepping back from the emotional manipulation and control tactics used by these individuals and refusing to engage in the drama. The goal is not to abandon the family, but to protect one's own mental and emotional well-being. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in the healing process, but it is often misunderstood. Forgiveness does not mean excusing the behavior of toxic family members or allowing them back into our lives. Rather, it is about releasing the emotional hold that their actions have over us. It is about freeing ourselves from the anger, resentment, and pain that keep us bound to the past. For the chosen ones, forgiveness is not just a personal act, but a deeply transformative spiritual practice. It transcends the mere act of pardoning another's wrongdoing. It is a profound release that breaks the cycles of pain, dysfunction, and trauma that may have been passed down through generations. In many cases, these generational curses manifest as toxic family patterns, unhealthy relationships, emotional manipulation, or deeply ingrained belief systems that trap us in a repetitive cycle of suffering and limitation. By choosing to forgive, the chosen ones are not excusing the harmful actions of others or forgetting the pain they've endured. Instead, they are making a conscious decision to release the emotional and spiritual weight of resentment, anger, and bitterness that can anchor them to the past. This act of release allows for the creation of sacred space, a fertile ground for true healing and growth to take root. In letting go of these burdens, the chosen ones break the hold that past hurts have on their present lives, dismantling the emotional chains that have kept them bound to old patterns of dysfunction. Moreover, forgiveness creates the opportunity for emotional freedom. It allows the chosen ones to reclaim their power and autonomy, no longer allowing the actions of others to dictate their emotional state or future. This spiritual release is what makes forgiveness so powerful. It shifts the focus from the harm caused by others to the healing that begins within. In doing so, the chosen ones realign themselves with their higher purpose and spiritual calling, opening the door to an empowered future where they can thrive and lead others toward healing. Ultimately, forgiveness is an act of self-liberation. It is about breaking free from the pain of the past, setting new precedents for how we live and interact with others, and establishing a legacy of strength and resilience. When chosen ones embrace this level of spiritual forgiveness, they are not just healing themselves. They are healing the wounds of generations, laying the foundation for future descendants to live free from the burdens of inherited trauma. My friends, the journey of the chosen ones is not an easy one, but it is a journey of profound transformation and empowerment. Through the process of breaking free from toxic family dynamics, confronting generational curses, and cultivating inner peace, the chosen ones are able to step into their true identity and create a new legacy of healing, love, and empowerment. This journey is not just about personal growth, but about transforming the world. By breaking the chains of the past, the chosen ones create space for a new generation to rise, one that is free from the toxic patterns of the past and aligned with the divine. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." For the chosen ones, this inner retreat becomes the foundation of their strength, their healing, and their power. And from this place of inner peace, they rise to break the chains that have bound them, creating a new path not only for themselves but for all who come after them. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this message resonated with you, we encourage you to like this video and share it with those who may need to hear these words. Don't forget to subscribe to Inner Mystics for more content on spiritual growth and healing. We'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts or personal experiences. Your voice is important, and together we can inspire others to rise and reclaim their inner strength.